1. Introduction. My name is Dana. I am a 28-year-old woman. 2 months ago, my husband divorced me and married someone else. After that, I moved to New York and found a job at a multinational company. My daily life was going fine. Sometimes I worked from morning until evening, and sometimes, when work pressure was high, I even worked late into the night. Being busy helped pass the time. But as soon as I finished work and became free, loneliness hit me deeply. I felt like a lifeless statue. It seemed like no one cared about me. Whenever I looked in the mirror, I felt like a machine. No emotions, no love, no one to think about me. All I did was eat, work, and sleep. I wanted to break free from this lifeless feeling. Like any other woman, I wanted to feel cheerful again. I desperately felt the need to change my mental state. One day, there was so much work that I didn't even notice it was already 7 p.m. I rushed out of the office. Outside, the sky was covered with dark clouds. A soft breeze was blowing and the stars were shining through the night sky. It was a very romantic weather. I thought, Dana, you can't miss such a romantic night. Let's take a walk. I walked quite a long distance. Suddenly I heard a romantic song coming from a bar. I stopped and listened carefully. Something inside me said, Dana, let your heart become romantic too. So I walked into the bar. The place was full of red and blue lights, loud music, and romantic songs. Couples were dancing. Some were sitting close together and talking. For a moment, it felt like I had stepped into a fantasy world. A waiter suddenly placed a drink in my hand. I sat at a table and started drinking. I felt a little uneasy, but at the same time, I was excited. The music, the dancing couples, the lively crowd. For a while, I forgot all my loneliness. It felt like I had become alive again. Just one night in that bar washed away the exhaustion of my lonely heart. 2. A stranger approaches me. I was sitting alone, drinking and drifting into my imagination. Then a young man walked toward me with a big smile. He said, "Hi, how are you?" and reached out his hand for a handshake. I was shocked. For a moment, I didn't know what to do. Still, a bit annoyed, I shook his hand. Then he asked if he could sit with me. I nodded and allowed him to sit. He said his name was Danny, and he was 29 years old, almost the same age as me. Then he told me, "You look really beautiful tonight." I was surprised. No one had complimented me in a long time. I smiled, feeling both happy and a little shy. For a moment, I felt a heavenly kind of joy. We started talking. He was smart, stylish, and romantic. He asked about my personal life and listened carefully to everything I said. While talking, he bought me another drink, and I accepted it happily. He kept smiling and talking with me. I felt really good. For the first time in a long time, I felt like a happy woman again, because of this romantic stranger. 3. A mistake. Made in emotion. While laughing, he gently held my hand. I felt a spark run through my whole body. I wished the night would never end. He asked me to dance with him. Even though I felt a bit nervous, I agreed. Danny took me into the crowd, put his hand on my waist, and we danced. I didn't even notice how tired I had become. Eventually, I told him, "Let's leave." I walked home with Danny. When I opened my door, I leaned my tired body on his shoulder. Smiling, he lifted me in his arms and placed me on the bed. For the first time in many days, I felt light. I felt like a happy woman again. Danny stayed with me the whole night. He showed me dreams, promised we would stay together forever, and even said we would get married soon. And I, Dana, gave him everything. Everything I thought would make him stay. At the end of the night, Danny fell asleep with his head resting on my chest. 4. Learning from my mistake. Morning came. I had to go to work. Danny said goodbye and left. I rushed to the office. Days passed, and I stayed busy with work, but Danny didn't contact me. Not a single message. 2 weeks passed. Then months. And then years. The pain inside my heart kept growing, burning even more than before. There was no one to understand me. 5. What I learned. One day, I finally understood the truth. I had trusted the wrong person. He only came to use me. He never truly loved me. Girls like me, simple, emotional, and trusting. We fall in love quickly when someone shows us a little affection. Is that why we fall again and again? Is that why our lives have so much sadness? 6. The final lesson. Has anything like this ever happened to you? If yes, share it in the comments. And if you learned something from Dana's real story, remember this. Never trust someone who offers temporary affection. Do not let them enter your heart at the cost of your self-respect. A little trust in the wrong person can cause deep emotional pain in the future. Thank you for listening to the entire story. See you soon in the next video.